What's good, world? I might be back with another MMA video. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll fix this camera a little bit. Maybe it was good. I don't know. Wait, let me double. What the fuck? Oh, no, we good. We good. We'll just stay like this. We good. What's good, world? I might be back with another reaction video. It's not a reaction video. Why did I just say that? MMA video. Appreciate y'all. Everybody tuning in. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you ain't new here, get somebody else to subscribe. Get the channel popping. And I don't gotta pull up and pop you. Let's jump straight into it. So this weekend was crazy. There was a bunch of good fights, a bunch of upsets, but I'm gonna stick to the main card again. Like I told y'all before, I don't really talk about the prelims. So because so much happened, I'd be here for an hour talking about it if I really was to speak about the prelims and the main card. So let's just say all my picks went out the window for the prelims. That's why I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, moving on. If you did watch my video, then you know I called the 2-pick on Prates and Murphy. So obviously we won some money there. That was good. I can't be mad. I did want to say that right before the fight started, I had put $200 on DDP to get one takedown. So I am very happy with the outcome of that. Even though he did it in the last 20 seconds and he had me fucking pissed off the whole fucking fight, it ended up working out, so I can't be mad, right? This shit fucked me up because it went exactly how I didn't think it would go. Kai improved literally zero of his ground game. It looked like as soon as Tim Elliott took him down, he was just hoping to get it out of there or hoping it didn't happen, because once he did get down there and things started getting real spooky, he was like holding on for dear life, and he tried not to tap, but obviously when you're getting choked like that, you have no choice. And in my head, I always assume when fighters lose, like they would go back and train where they fucked up or where they lacked that. But let's be real, fighters don't really care that's so. Fighters don't really care. They just, in their heads, they just assume that they can keep going on with their strategies. Most fighters, again, the best of the best, they don't think like that. But this is one of those fights where I always say experience beats skill. And the skill that Kai brings just isn't even a top 10 material in the flyweight. So there's one for Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott is just way more experienced in the MMA, in the UFC. And Kai Asakura is just not ready. And that's why he was able to go into the fight looking good, but get choked out and finished in the same way that he did last time. Because, again, if you do not go and fix things, which he did not look like he fixed anything. If anything, he looked like he got worse. Then you'll never reach the top 3. You'll never have the point in the top 10. Which I heard he already wants to go back to Ryzen. Or whatever the fuck the company's name is. So it's probably just your best option. You were killing it over there. And over here, it's just like, it's just not your game, bro. You can tell that you're a stand-up fighter. And for you to get the ground skills you'll need probably to be in this, it's going to take a little while. Moving on. This fight fucks me up too. Next, we got MVP versus Jared Cannonier. I'm going to just say it how it is because I don't even want to go into all the bullshit. Adjustments for Jared were literally so terrible. How the fuck after the first round, coach is talking about keep doing what you're doing, repeat, and keep going up top? Why the fuck wouldn't we tell our fighter that he looks like he's strong out there and he looks like he's matching us on the stand-up? Let's get him to the fucking ground as soon as possible. Never went for the legs until the end. Never did all that until the third round. Some of the dumbass shit he was doing clearly wasn't working. He couldn't even get past the jab. But obviously, I want to say we knew that his game plan was never to beat MVP. To start how we did and to end how we did just shows that there was no improvement at all. But it shows that MVP proves to be a problem for these high-level fighters, and that karate and the running that he does is a problem. I truly believe that all of that stuff will get stopped once he gets to the top 5, when people actually start taking him to the ground and actually start putting their weight on them. Because right now they're just trying to stand and fight with him, and it's just not working. Just cut it out. And Jared decided to do it, but when it's too late? Ian Gary already showed us the game plan. But we're going to not just ignore it. I don't know. MVP is super good. Like, I'm not knocking him at all because, again, I can't go in here and beat none of these people. I'm just saying that MVP beating Jared, that's a great win. But what are we going to do when we go against the top 5 opponents? Because I don't know. When the way you ended that third round just showed it. Anyways, for Jared, fire your coach. You're not to fire him because honestly, the stuff that he was saying in between rounds was definitely not helping you at all. It was either that or you weren't sticking to the game plan or you just weren't listening because, I mean, no, we heard him. He was just saying bullshit. I know because I was paying attention. Anyways, these next 2 fights we got here. Let me just throw this shit up here. These next 2 fights, let's keep it short and simple, just like they did. The only difference here is Neil put a little bit less pressure than Pico did, but met the same demise. It's just as simple as that. Aaron Pico, he was just swinging like a madman. His pressure was insane, but again, all that experience of his brain, it just knew that when it got hit to shut off, because that's what happens after you've been TKO'd so many times. Not knocking him down, because obviously he's jumping into this UFC, but you're jumping into championship contenders when you know you're not a championship contender material in the UFC. You're just going out there hoping you can get that knockout or hoping you can put enough pressure to pressure them out. But this ain't that weak ass shit you was in. This ain't fucking PFL and fucking, yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it. I don't care who your manager is, fire that dude, because that was stupid as shit, bro. People have to, if you want to be the champion, you're coming from another organization, you have to do it like MVP's doing it. You need to work your way up. Fight a top 8, excuse me. It's got hiccups out of nowhere. Fight a top 8, fight a top 10, and then you go in there and fucking do the rest. For Aaron, you turn the Pico the guy out real fucking quick. And just like all the other 2 fighters, or 3 fighters that came from the other organization, you just added on to make them look even worse. Because you ran your mouth so much. And that should only be done by people that are already proven themselves in the organization. Because we already know what we're going to get. We don't know you. You can't come in here talking about you ready for Alex Volkanovski. When you could just beat Leon, you can't even beat fucking Lerone Murphy. And he's not even... He didn't even get his extra 30% yet. For being changed, if you know, you know. But anyway. Now the one fight that I've been wanting to talk about. First I want to say, what the fuck was that? First, congrats to Khamzat. Obviously, he's now the first Chechnyan champion. Nobody can take that from him. I knew deep down that he was going to win. I mean, didn't we all know that? I just didn't want to get a champion that, is having trouble getting into the different countries. It's so easy to pull out, miss weight. I could literally go on and name a couple things, but I'm not going to sit here and trash him because, again, he just won. But when he does get past all of that stuff, when he gets in the fight, he lays down there for 30 minutes, which... That's what kills the whole hype of it. That's what every one of these guys do. They build this hype, they get to the champion, and then they start doing that bullshit. But anyway, what Khamzat did was super different. Not only did he handle DDP like a little boy, he broke the record for strikes landed. And the way that he chose to crucify him every round if he could, instead of going full mount, was put him 10 tiers above certain fighters named Nightmare, but I won't say the rest. To watch a fighter that don't give a fuck is dope. And a lot of fighters don't be doing that shit anymore. They get in the full mount. They do the natural way of doing things, but you can see that Khamzat was unorthodox too in his ways. So he just used that against DDP and making him look stupid. And he single-handedly took every one of DDP's strengths and completely obliterated them. And made him look like a weak guy from the ground. I mean, what was I going to say? DDP put up a fight. He never gave up. I mean, any other fighter that was getting battered the way that fucking DDP was getting battered, especially for 30 minutes, would have definitely gave up and would have submitted to the defeat. Excuse me. But Drickus just couldn't accept it. I'm a MMA fan. So I expected what I expected from Khamzat when the fight was going in. I just wanted DDP to win because it's dope to have a fighter that you see they're willing to go out there and strike, and we don't know how they're gonna pull it off in the end. When you have a fighter that you already know what they're gonna do, it really, really kills things completely for everybody else. And it makes it hard to have hype for them because it's like, we already know what you're going to do. What was I going to say? Drickus couldn't accept it, but he needs to go out there and fire his coach. That's why I always wait like 2-3 days before I post my video after the fight, because I like to see what everybody got to say for reasonings after the fact. And DDP's coach needs to get fired, bro. I don't know what the fuck. It's either that they were just too overly confident that they could beat Khamzat, or DDP's coach is fucking delusional enough to believe that DDP didn't need to do nothing else to get better, that he was ready to take on Khamzat, which is the stupidest thing you can ever think, being a champion. But here we are. We're in the Khamzat era. I don't see not one single fucking person beating him. And now we don't need to talk about what's next. What's next? Oh, you're going to move up here. You're going to move down here. Like, bro, Ilya started this whole bullshit that we think that it's just easy to just be doing that now on the call. And it shouldn't be like that. You need to defend your division. I'm going to always say that. You have to take out at least 2 guys. And then we can talk about it. Stop jumping into, oh, you're going to move up here, move down here. Shut the fuck up. Because half of you guys couldn't even win a championship in your own division. Nobody's beating Khamzat. RDR definitely ain't beating Khamzat. I don't know who the fuck keeps saying that. I don't know why they keep trying to hype up that fight. RDR is a great fighter, but Khamzat is going to manhandle him. Fuck all that body shot shit and all that. It's not going to even be close. Khamzat is 100% the person that all of these fighters want to be. And now the only thing about Khamzat that he needs to work on, now that he has mastered the cardio, is the striking, because he was getting pieced up a couple times by DDP. Even in the 5th round when they were both, I already went through all the strength and will it took to get there, and then they were still having the strength, and he was still getting pieced up. So, just work on a little bit of the striking, and here we are. We got a great champion on our hands, and I don't think nobody's fucking with him. Nobody. Especially with these little body shots everybody keep talking about from from RDR. Like, he's going to come in here and use any of that to, help him. I ended with these things here. Jared fires his coach. DDP should fire his coach. Because what the fuck? And then I'll end it on this note. A fighter commented on the fight, calling it boring. The one fighter, I'm not going to say I could ever beat him because, again, I'm just a fan. But the one fighter had the nerve to complain about the fights on Saturday, and it's Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman, as a fan, I will tell you, I've watched every one of your fights. Do not forget you humped your way all the way to the championship. You are also one of the top fighters to have so much control time, but the strikes never amount to the fucking control time. You've done that one time that made you think that you were him, the same way that you knocked out one person, and now you think that you're Canelo and all these things. For everybody else talking shit, none of you guys could beat him. None of you guys could beat Khamzat. And if Khamzat trained for Usman and he wasn't training for Paulo, he would have beat Usman in a minute. Not a minute, literally. I'm just saying that, he would have beat Usman way easier than he did. But, now I'm out of here. Y'all let me know what you think. Appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. Sheesh. And we'll be back with another couple reaction videos. I got a bunch to upload this week. And if you hate me, you hate me. If you love me, you love me. It don't matter, because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep uploading. Your mom's still a hoe, and I'm still out here getting the dough.